Hello, guys, and welcome back to Balancing Divine Feminine Ascension Frequencies with Aria Jade. So, today we're going to be talking about your trauma. Your trauma is bullshit. I hate to say it this way, but it's the truth, and everyone needs to hear it. It is a past occurrence that you identified with so strongly that you created a story and then started building your life around that happenstance. What I realized this week at our store here on Rainbow Drive in Gadsden, it's called Folk AF if you ever get down this way in Alabama, but we had a customer to come in, and I start talking to her about her metaphysical journey. And, it started off, and you can tell people with trauma because they'll start it off negatively. Instead of coming in to talk about the wonderful life that they're creating and how they're enjoying their magic, their face is down and they feel like they are being taunted by a spirit, an energy, a poltergeist. So she started out by talking about how she lives in these projects that are haunted. And you can go in on YouTube and you can find the videos from where this is true. These, and the fact that you're still living in the projects means that you're still in victimization mode. You don't realize your power at all. You are still in the looping programming of feeling like you cannot get what it is that you came here to do. Y'all, these are transitionary places to live until you get on your feet and stable enough to start really manifesting the life of your dreams. This is not a place that you are put to stay forever. You're seeing your shadows, you're seeing your contrast, and beginning to learn and know what it is that you do not want. Okay? Because these are low vibrational, basically like concentration camps. All right? The loosh energy feeds, and when it finds a place of a lot of turmoil, hospitals, old folks' homes, places that are of just low level vibration where people are basically waiting to die. All right? But let's get past that. So doors, these particular projects were built on old burial grounds. And when they found this out, they came in and started digging up these old graves and transitioning these bodies to places to where were more suitable. But of course, they didn't tear down the projects themselves and then go in and dig. No, so there's still some energies there that are locked into this dimension that can't seem to get to the other. So if the people there felt empowered enough, they could help these energies transition on. But the people themselves don't. So they don't really realize. But let's get on to your trauma. Okay? That's just a part of this woman's, what she's seeing, what she's pulling toward her in this 3D world, because there are plenty of people who live there who don't see these things, who don't have these happenstances come into them. Because what's going on, you've got a place somewhere in your psychological construct that's either pulling this toward you or allowing this to come in. Well, this particular woman had an entity that would come and get in the bed with her. And as she's talking about this, she starts to bring out more and more, because as she could see in my face that I'd heard these stories before, and she wasn't surprising me in the least. Most of the time when people start talking about trauma to other people, they're looking for the shock factor. They're looking for how this makes them significant in this world because they've become so locked on that low level vibrational story that they can't manifest past that. They can't see the bright and beautiful world around us. They can't see Gaia in her full glory where she's transitioning into Arya. The veil is still there to them. They can't see the beauty at all. All they see every day when they wake up in their 3D paradigm, in the story that they're looping in, is trauma and fear and negativity and how their life sucks because of what happened to them in the past. The past is over for a reason. The past is in your past because it's dead and gone. The only way you continually relive it and bring it back up is if you shine the light of your consciousness back on it again and revisit it again. And the more you revisit it, the more you're pulling your past into the now. Those are ghosts and demons. Those are your demons if you still suffer from trauma. All right? And like I said, I keep talking to this lady, keep trying to get her to pull it up. And finally she's like, and then my daughter got abused, got sexually abused. She still sees no emotion in my face. No, that's awful. And don't take me the wrong way. It is awful. If that's happened to your kid, that's terrible. But did you cause it? Did she cause that to happen? No. Is it her fault? Even though she trusted the wrong person, is it directly her fault? No. So I look at her and I say, you've got to forgive yourself of that. It's not your fault. Yes, but then it happened again. She had something to bark back with every loving gesture that I tried to give her, every out. There is therefore no condemnation for those who accept themselves in love. Romans 10:10, I think. Know your Bible verses. They are the way out. Jesus came so that we would forgive and love the vessel that walks us through this life. And if you can't forgive yourself and love yourself, life is going to suck. That's step one. I tell you over and over and over. And if you come and pay for the classes to where I walk with you hand in hand on how to get through this bullshit, then you'll know the very first thing, first waking cognizant thought, as soon as you realize you are still in this beautiful Eden that we signed up to come here to live in. You chose this. You said, hell yeah, I can go into the 3D earth, remember my divinity, and I'll make this the best experience I could possibly have. Well, then you got here and the bullshit started hitting you, and you came into sucky ass parents that neglected you, or went to school with a bunch of fucking bullies that hated you, or something came up that stifled, that started crap in your life to see if you could get past it, or if you were just going to sit there and revel in it. If you were just going to say, oh, This is my trauma. This happened to me. And don't take me wrong now. I've not had this wonderful life of privilege by any means. Crap happened to me over and over and over, just like it has to you, just like it has to all of us. That's where a lot of people get stuck. They think, woe is me. This has just happened to me and a couple of us, and we're down here, and everyone else is living out there. You're living down there because you choose to live down there. And like I said, as I would talk, this woman would bring up more and more, and then she would finally say, and this is why I'm going to go to therapy. This is why I've signed up. And I said, okay, you've signed up. Have you gone? No. And then I should call such and such because we have several practitioners who can help people through these things. I have several people who work for me who can banish spirits, who can extinguish them. You know, I've even done it from my home to the point to where we can't even call the spirits in here when we want to. There's so many protections that I have done around my house, in my house, around me, that the stuff won't even come near. We have that power. It's not me. It's not just the women that work for me, or the people. It's not all women that work for me. We all have the ability to speak to these entities, to these spirits, to these demons, to whatever you want to call them, and they must flee. If you don't believe me, read your Bible. It's true. When you stand in your sovereignty and you stand in your power, nothing can get in your way. It will come up, and you will find a way to get over it, to get around it, or to bust the F through it. Because that's who you are. You are a spark of God Himself, Him, herself, themself. There is no sex to God, because once you're out of this 3D reality, there's no need to be male or female. There's just a need to be. And as you rise in ascension, you'll realize this. The polarization of needing to be a specific color or a specific sex or a specific nationality only exists here in this 3D experience. It's not in higher levels of consciousness. But you don't know that yet because you're still stuck in the 3D loop, and that's why you keep coming back to this channel to find out how to get out of it. And now remember my little chart that you really can't see very good right now. But each dimension is a bandwidth of belief which causes you to shrink in fear or to expand in your strength. Okay? The love and gratitude causes expansion. And remember all of our little levels of being. If you stay in your root chakra or in your second 2D chakra, your sacral, then you are going to stay in a lower level dimensionality. Now, our cap was put here, and we did stay in those lower level dimensionalities through the Kali Yuga, which is over. And you'll look on YouTube and you'll see many people say, that's not true. It is true. We're in the Satya Yuga now. We are in the beginnings of the Golden Age. And the year 2025 will help us begin to see this more and more. We're finding out the truth about our food. We're finding out the truth about our medicine. We're finding out the truth about Big Pharma. We're finding out the truth as to how we've been hoodwinked into staying in these low levels. If you're constantly going through the drive-through for your nourishment, for the vessel, for the vehicle that walks you through this life, you will stay in the base level because you're not putting forth the energy to give this vessel what it needs to thrive. Okay? We've talked about this before. Your food should contain as much sunshine and water as possible. Those will give you the frequencies, those will give you the ability to be more magnetic. They will energize this physical vessel of flesh, bone, that's all of the different states of matter, right? This vehicle is solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. It magically walks you through this experience that you will either see as awful or wonderful. And your perception and your belief is what magnetizes those experiences to you. So if you take in and keep what happened in your childhood and you make it be a reoccurrence on the daily, you're just recycling old patterns that no longer exist. You're creating the life of your manifestation right now. You can get on here on YouTube and look at every manifestation video you want to look at. You can blow cinnamon in your door at the first of the month. You can do what? All the little things to help the manifestations, and these will help you believe it psychologically. And basically, that's what they are there for. They are there for your use to help your psyche, your subconscious, believe that you're magical. You are magic. Whether you blow the cinnamon and burn the sage and do the rituals, it doesn't matter. You just are. I am. I am that I am. You are exactly what you believe you are. Your affirmations will help. They'll help to open doorways. Your rituals, your seances, your spells, your intentions, whatever you want to call them, it doesn't matter. They open doorways into your psyche, into your subconscious to help you level up dimensionally, to help you rise in frequency so that you can believe that you're divinity, because you are. We all are. And you just remind yourself, create that space. As soon as I think I lost that thought and ran with something else a minute ago. As soon as you wake up, your first waking thought has to be one of gratitude. If you are going to take control over the computer programming for the day. Otherwise, you're going to be compulsively thinking, compulsively eating, compulsively talking and just living out the compulsion program. You have to take control. You have to start somewhere. Start today. Dismiss the bullshit of your trauma today. Start the new you now. Believe in you. Love you. Honor this body. Quit trying to kill it with cigarettes and booze and weed and sex with people you don't love. All of these things are the ways to death, but there's also a way to life. There's a way to have a comfortable, enjoyable life. Start it now. Join me in some of my classes. Come to see me here at our shop. Join other communities. If this one's not for you, get in a community. One that helps you believe in you. One that helps you to love you. Love to you right now. See you next time.